holidays going into 2025. I just want to start off by saying God bless everybody for making it to another year, 2025. It's just going to be an awesome year of blessings. And I want to see everybody do excellent, do wonderful in this year. I'm starting things off with the college football playoffs. If you did not know, in the college football playoffs, the winner of the first game was between Penn State and Boise State, in which Penn State just handled Boise State honestly in a blowout win. Dominant effort by Allen Barr, Allard, Singleton, Nicholas Singleton, and Allen. I thought that Tyler Warren, their tight end, was good. I think their defense, Calder, I don't pay phenomenally. I wanted to see the Boise State running back Alshon Genty get Barry Sanders' record, but he rushed for over 100 yards. To me, it was remarkable that he was able to rush for over 100 yards in every game he played for his final year. To me, regardless if he played in the Mountain West, that's a phenomenal thing to say. Can you imagine as a college football player say, "Hey, my final year, I was able to rush for over 100 yards in every game I played." And not to mention, he's probably thanking his linemen for the great blocking and the sacrifices that they make, because those guys have to move the pile, push the line of scrimmage, and do all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure he's humble in that regard. But congratulations to the Nifty Lions for moving on to the semifinals now. In the Orange Bowl, their opponents, actually, this game just wrapped up, was Notre Dame Fighting Irish beating the Georgia Bulldogs 23-10. I think the biggest difference of this game was, for one, is the obvious headline was that Carson Beck was out for the year because he had to get elbow surgery. He had declared for the NFL draft. I think the quarterback by Stockton was nervous, seemed flabbergasted. He just looked unrattled. Now, I don't know, that might have just been the way, and I seen, it's a big college football playoff game, obviously, leading the team. He didn't have a lot of first team snaps because in college football, normally stars have a whole season to gel with the guys, know what the guys throwing it, they're being progressive. Leonard and Love did a wonderful job. I would say Leonard, really the quarterback for the Notre Dame, did an awesome job as far as showing mental toughness. I mean, there was times he was taking hits and taking the defenders with him, and I got to tell you, that was kind of Josh Allen like, for a guy of that nature to have done what he did. Spectacular. The defense did a wonderful job of containing, I believe, the Georgia Bulldog offense. In the beginning, it was kind of rocky because there was two running into the kicker penalties. I believe the first time should have been roughing the punter, because number 30 had hit him 2 times to start your college career with this punter. You get roughed 2 times. That should have been a penalty. But it wasn't. It was just a dominant effort by the Notre Dame defense, 23-10. I believe they started the second half with a 102-yard kickoff return in the Sugar Bowl, and that was the record. Moving on to the next game would have been the blowout in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, between the Oregon Ducks and Ohio State. Ohio State handled Oregon 48-16 or 24, I believe. It was just a blowout win. Ohio State didn't get over the fact that they lost to Oregon 32-31 in week 6. And they got the ultimate revenge by knocking them out the playoffs. This Ohio State team looked motivated. They looked ready. They didn't look too scared. They was prepared in all facets of the game. They was running, passing. They was doing all the stuff they wanted to do for 4 quarters of domination. You could tell they wanted it more. They proved it on the field that day. I respect number 15 for the Oregon State Ducks after the game. Normally, emotions are high, especially if you lose a tough game. It could be the end of your collegiate career. I respect the fact that he waited until after Howard was done speaking to the media. He embraced them, gave him a hug, and told him, "Man, good luck. They need you to lead on to the next level." And I believe that's what it should be about. You should always win or lose or draw when you are talking to a tough opponent and you're playing a tough team. Because smack talking happens in the game, obviously, but the fact that at the end of the day, hey, you was a better team that day and to win. And that shows me a lot of character growth. I think he's going to have a bright future. The game that I think was the game, without question, the game of the week was Arizona State and Texas. I mean, this game had everything in it. It felt like a college football playoff game. Scalaboo, who nobody really thought about, because ESPN and them was writing him off, Arizona State off, because, well, they don't play nobody. I think in that game, Skylar Bill proved like we can hang with the big boys in the SEC. They did it. They competed, get the game back, went into overtime. You gotta give Texas credit. Ewens did a good job at the end, leading them down there to win the game. I believe he was efficient in the regard that they needed him to be efficient in. Just overall, just a great effort by that team to go to double overtime to win it 48-41. It was an incredible effort and testament to this Texas team that looks poised to play next week. The game that's slated for next week will be Texas and Ohio State are playing in a Cotton Bowl, and we have Penn State and Notre Dame State playing in the Orange Bowl. Now, the winners of those two games will go on to play for the College Football Playoffs Championship. I'm interested to see how this all shakes up. I believe that now it's very much possible that we could get a Notre Dame. We could get a Notre Dame or a Texas game, or Ohio State Notre Dame game, or Ohio State Penn State game, or a Penn State Texas game. I'm going to surprise people. I think it could be a Penn State Texas game. I think it's built up. And think about this. I think both defenses play well. They're on fire. I think both teams have had a lot to prove. For Penn State, I'm pretty sure Coach Franklin is justifiably tired. You can't beat the top teams, and this would be no better way to say make it to the mountaintop. Because if he wins a Coach Franklin, what would this mean for Coach Franklin? If he wins a national championship, this will bring back prestige back to Penn State. This will solidify his job to say all those years of disappointment was worth it because we gathered the national championship. This will do great for the university and the program and the players, because Penn State still is a great team, a great community. It's just, especially in the 80s, Notre Dame, what does this mean for them? Same thing. They was a powerhouse back in the 80s. This is the best they have looked in 2 or 3 decades. It's going to mean a lot for them. Ohio State, this will be back to prominence from a decade ago. Texas, this is shades of Vince Young, honestly. Just all it's accumulated to be one of the greatest college football playoffs we have ever seen. I do believe the winners, every week is a different week. And I do want to say congratulations to those 4 teams. I want to say congratulations to Penn State, congratulations to Notre Dame, congratulations to Texas, and congratulations to Ohio State for moving on to the next round. I want to say you guys have a great, wonderful season. To Boise State, you have a season. Put your heads up. You'll be back there again. You just a stepping stone. Use this as a stepping stone. You made it there. Arizona State, keep your head up. Y'all have shown a lot of people that y'all can ball and y'all can play. And I want to say, Georgia, y'all get back on the horse again. Y'all be there. Into Oregon, get back up. Put your head up. Y'all should commend yourselves. I know the biggest goal is to win. And I'm one of these people to say that just to get there, you should be proud. You was one of the top 12 teams to make it this far. And then you went to the top. It's amazing. Just go to the next level and build, whether it's a transfer portal or not. You should be proud of the time and energy and effort you put into those coaches. Some of the players are going to be going to the NFL draft in April, and I want to wish them all to succeed. Scalaboo, Sargenti, all of these players, even the ones who I could not think of exactly, but I just want to say all of them. You're doing a wonderful job. And I wanted to say congratulations to, the collegiate career. You guys had a wonderful career. I know it's not the way you wanted it to end, but you never know what God has planned for you. And you just keep working hard and do the best diligent things you could do to the next level. Use this experience, accept those emotions, grow from it, get better. And if you did all you could that day, then you hold your head up high. You gave a wonderful effort to those teams. And, you left the organization, you left the program, I believe, in a better place than when you found it. And that's important. As we wrap up this week of college football playoffs, we now shift over to the NFL. In the final week, the biggest headline I will tell you is Saquon Barkley will not be playing week 18. Why is this significant? Because Saquon Barkley was only 100 yards shy of breaking Eric Dickerson's record, who had stated that he did not want Dickerson to break the record. And I know there's been people had said that, Eric Dickerson did it in 16 games. Well, I would tell those people, rest his soul, O.J. Simpson did it in 14 games, and that's remarkable because can you imagine rushing over 2,000 yards in 14 games? But it's always about wanting to do better for the next generation. I will want anybody to beat my record personally, but I respect the honesty that he had of not wanting somebody to beat his record. But records are eventually meant to be broken. Maybe not this season. It could be next season. You never know. Bigger and better things. Kansas City's resting all their starters, which was understandable. Carson Wentz is going to get a chance to start for the Kansas City Chiefs against the Denver Broncos. The Steelers this week, my Steelers are playing the Bengals in a game in which the Bengals must win to even stay in playoff contention. The Baltimore Ravens are playing on Saturday to play the Browns. Essentially, what the Ravens and Steelers are both playing for is who is the division champs. Should the Ravens win, they're the AFC North champs. Should the Ravens lose and the Steelers win, the Steelers are the AFC champs. Should both teams lose, the Ravens are the NFC champs, AFC North champs. Another playoff implication game would also be at this point for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Atlanta Falcons. Should the Buccaneers lose and the Falcons win, the Falcons are in. All the other teams are set. And the biggest kicker is the Sunday night game between the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions. Both teams are 14-2. And this is crazy because whoever wins this game gets a first round bye. Whoever loses this game is either going to be the fifth seed, and that's crazy for a fifth to sixth seed. That's going to be a crazy draw because you're not going to expect, both teams statistically have 14-2. That's going to be an awesome game, a Sunday night football game to decide the NFC North. I think it's one of the best games all year, honestly. But this game comes down to a lot, and I truly am excited to see how the NFL season plays out. I would also want to say, congratulations to all the teams that have made it in the NFL draft, have made it to the NFL playoffs so far. To the teams that's trying to get in, as a Steelers fan, I know what that's like. They're trying to make it into the final push, and you might need help sometimes to get in there. Whatever the NFL shapes off, the playoffs is a season inside itself. I would want every team to know, man, congratulations from getting it in there. I know it's not easy when you play on a professional level in front of a stage, in front of men and women around the world on television, and we only see what you guys do 3 hours of the day compared to we don't see the work that y'all might put in and stuff like that. We can only go by what we see on the field. But I don't ever want to take away the hard work and dedication that y'all put into making yourself successful. Keep grinding, keep honoring. I respect all those athletes, men, women, those people who are doing those things, all the wonderful people who have done a wonderful job. Just want to say thank you again. This was Maurice's podcast. I just wanted to say congratulations, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good one.